confusing.
I'm not. Look at the texture of that. Put it all in. Put it all in.
I'm gonna go. Can't do it. It's not good. At this point, it's become a long-running joke that British food sucks, right? It's bland, it's unseasoned, we boil the crap out of everything, we overcook the meat. Like, you've heard all the jokes.
My favourite, bovril on wheat.
Oh, it's good, but it's nothing like my mother's ham biscuit, brickle-brackle and beans with fizzy wiggets.
So what dishes are truly British? It's a bit difficult of a question to answer. I mean, our national dish is the chicken tikka masala. Well, our national dish. We don't have an official one.
It was for a while.
And obviously that's Indian influenced, although it's not actually an Indian dish. It was created in the UK.
And I know what you're going to say, right? Fish and chips. That's obviously the British dish. That's obviously our most famous dish. And I'd say, 100% that is our most famous dish. It's my personal favourite British food for sure. But even that has outside influence, right? Like, the idea of frying fish was brought into the UK by Jewish immigrants. And then, chips are traditionally Belgian. Well, French fries are, but you know what I mean? Like, it has outside influence to it.
Rogue opinion, but I actually don't like fish and chips that much.
And I reckon that dish itself is the one that you'll find on more menus across the UK than anything else, even outside of like a chippy, like chain restaurants, pubs and stuff like that. I think you'll find fish and chips on more restaurant menus than you will any other dish that we might talk about today.
And that includes British restaurants all over the world. They've almost always got some form of fish and chips.
Oh god, yeah, if you go for British food in Vegas, I'm sure there's going to be just a bunch of fish and chip restaurants.
Now, to really consider what British food is, I feel like we need to bring a cut-off date into this, because obviously people have been coming to the UK for hundreds of years and they're influencing. Because what country can really say that they haven't had any outside cultural influence on their food? Even sushi and ramen, which are obviously now very Japanese food, have outside influence from the rest of Asia.
It's like American food, right? You might go burgers and apple pie, right? But burgers are like Austrian or something. Like, an apple pie is a combination of like Dutch, German, French and English all mashed up together. And American, that's from elsewhere, but again, depends where your cut-off date is. So I reckon the biggest change in British history was the Industrial Revolution, okay? Forget the World Wars. I think the Industrial Revolution was the biggest change in British history. So I reckon the 1900s to the 70s is a good period. If something existed during that time or existed before that and carried over into that time, I think you can quite confidently say that's a British dish, right? Like, we'd had our wars, we'd gone through our big change, the class division had kind of swelled a little bit and evened itself out. And I think that's a good cut-off. Ames?
I think somewhere between 1900s and the 70s for sure. Yeah. So what? Roast dinners, full English, fish and chips, toad in the hole, shepherd's pie, apple pie,
beans on toast,
like the Greggs sausage roll, the Tesco meal deal. Are they the British food? Is that all British food is?
I mean, I never knew Christmas pudding was a uniquely British thing. I actually thought that was worldwide and quite universal, but until I dated an American before, I had absolutely no clue.
The Australians have it as well. A little bit of pud.
A little bit of pud.
Oh, maybe a little bit of pud then. What a bloody surprise, mate. You got room for pud.
But I mean, that's probably a very good reason why the Australians we're not going to get into that. I mean, there's obviously loads of regional stuff as well. So peas pud, scouse, haggis, chicken parmo, stargazy pie, that stupid pie with a fish head sticking.
These all sound very made up to anyone not British.
Sound made up to I mean, you got Lancashire hot pot, you've got Eccles cakes, you've got Barra Birth, you've got Manchester tart. There's a lot of things. I mean, if you want an argument, just ask anyone what a bread roll is called. Where I'm from, it's called a bap. You just get a bread bap, right? Here in Nottingham, everyone calls it a cob and will have a go at you if you don't call it a cob. Go up north and someone will call it a barm cake or something stupid like that. I'll accept bread roll, bap and cob. Barm cake? No, thank you.
I can't get behind it.
No, I'm not a fan.
So, I think we should just ask some people.
British food is warming, comforting, nostalgic, how your mum used to make your tea.
So for me, British food, it's hearty, it's wholesome, it's nourishing, and it's very nostalgic.
What is British food? I think the person who put it best that everyone should look into is a guy called Nigel Slater. And I don't know if am I allowed to promote his stuff on here?
Go for it, bro.
So Nigel Slater wrote a book called Eating for England. He wrote it years ago. And he actually said the question he dreads the most whenever he's abroad in interviews was when people say, what is English food? And then he goes on basically a 5-hour diatribe of what he thinks English food is. And it's one of the nicest audiobooks you'll ever listen to.
Fair.
But I'm not going to do that. I've probably already rambled on too much. But I just think that's what it is. Like, to me, British food is it's comforting food. It's joints of roast meat. It's offal. It's game. It's root vegetables. It's underappreciated. It's underrated. Do you know what I mean? It's often mocked. Even blame Bill Hicks for his whole thing about boiling pizza in the 90s. But to me, British food is roast meats and vegetables and stews and just nice, big, comforting bowls of food.
So British food to me would be anything that was brought in by immigrants, and then they just ignored that as a stab in the dark on that one.
Leo, what is British food?
What is British food? British food is the greatest cuisine in the entire world, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, we have got such a vast variety of food. It's not all just one style. You go to a pub, steak and chips, fish and chips, pie and mash. We have got the lot. British food, #1 in the world.
What's the most iconic dish?
Oh, fish and chips.
Yeah?
Fish and chips. Every time we go to Seaside, got fish and chips.
I think for me, the iconic British dish got to be roast beef Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, British food. Fish and chips.
It would probably be something like, it would probably be like, for me, a Bakewell pudding. Do you know from Bakewell? Like, not the one with the ghastly one with the icing on top and the cherry.
Bright white icing.
Yeah, as delicious as they are. Do you know what I mean? But no, I just think the sort of one with the suet and the jam. That's an odd shape that you just get from and then just having that with a big dollop of clotted cream.
What is like the most iconic British dish?
I'd probably say it's fish and chips, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is there anything more iconically British than a sausage roll? More specifically, a Greggs sausage roll. Terrible, and I love it.
It's dirty as fuck, but
Classic.
classic. Can't beat it. Spoons. Is there anything more British than a Wetherspoons?
Said that about so much stuff. Is there anything more British than a sausage roll, fish and chips, a Wetherspoons?
Yeah, well, we're in Spoons, so let's see what British classics they've got on a Spoons menu. Fish and chips. Scampi, that's pretty classic.
Oh, we should have ordered some fucking scampi.
Alright. All day brunch, which is the all day breakfast. Steak and ale pud, bangers and mash. Cured ham, egg and chips eggs.
Oh, we forgot. Oh, there's so many things we should have ordered. We should have ordered meals. Damn it.
Nah.
We got Wetherspoons tapas.
Either way, we're only here to look at what's on the menu.
And then we ate it anyway.
Yeah,
we ordered something.
we're here and got a terrible pint of Bud Light anyway, so don't worry. I mean, there's British stuff on the menu still, so like.
Oh, you sounded a bit Tory then.
Did I?
Bit UKIP. There's still British stuff on the menu.
Up menu. But North coming back in there. I mean, I reckon something like ham, egg and chips is well British. Like,
Oh, for
that's
sure.
like a proper like post World War II. I don't have anything in the house, but I've got a bit of ham, some
It's a
potatoes and some
grandma
eggs.
dinner.
It's a proper grandma dinner, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like sausage, chips and beans. Same.
Oh, we are a big fan of sausage.
Yeah, for sure. But other than that, the menu is quite varied. So, like, you know, when we talked about before, when we said it's a like melting pot of stuff, isn't it? So you look at the rest of it, and it's like burgers, chicken stuff, more burgers, curries, like stuff. It's all over the place, all over the place.
I'm not a Wetherspoons galley. Nothing against it, but I find it really overstimulating. Like, you can never get over how fucking massive this menu is.
Oh, it is huge.
It's so big.
Like, it is. In terms of like menus of food, it is. I mean, it's nothing on a Cheesecake Factory menu, but it's pretty close.
It is generally terrible. The food does suck, but it's tasty suck. It's like, you know, this is shit, but it tastes good, so you're like, But it tastes good like a shit pizza.
But how British is it?
Wetherspoons, massively. Everyone has been for a cheeky spoons.
Cheeky spoons. If you just stole that from Nando's now.
The cheeky spoons, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, like, you've got even stuff like the small pub classics here. Most of that feels British, like the brunch and the battered fish and chips and all this kind of stuff. Even the little steak sandwiches down here.
They've got a Hunter's chicken, except they call it the barbecue chicken melt. Have they changed the name? It's Hunter's chicken wrong now.
Tell you what, that is a British dish, a Hunter's chicken.
You love a Hunter's chicken.
I fucking love a Hunter's chicken. Like, not enough people. If you don't know what a Hunter's chicken is,
It's just chicken smothered in barbecue sauce with cheese and bacon on it.
yeah, it is. With some chips and a bit of crappy little bit of salad on the side. Sometimes peas, but mostly salad. Is this the best example of pub grub?
Absolutely not.
No, it
No.
probably is because it's just a mash of everything. It's an absolute mash of everything. There's a whole chicken section with sticky Korean fried chicken bowls, and then you've got the curry section, which from regular to katsu. You've got a whole noodles section over here. In a pizza section, you've got it's a mess.
It has changed a lot. They've definitely expanded over the years.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I remember Black Spoons back in the day used to be Curry Club, Burger Club,
Fish and Chip Friday,
Fish Friday, and then it was like just a bunch of nonsense.
The Curry Club was always the best one.
Curry Club was easy. So this is what we ordered.
This is British tapas.
British tapas. Chips, which are Belgian. Halloumi fries, which are Greek. Southern fried chicken, which will be American Texan. And a pizza, which is Italian. Because there's nothing more British than...
Everything else. These are really hot. The full English breakfast. Britain's national hangover cure and massive security blanket. The full English isn't just a breakfast. It's massive, greasy, and unapologetic.
So this thing's been around since like the Victorian era, when wealthy Brits wanted to like really show off their breakfast and just have the biggest thing possible. And then it just evolved into being working man's fuel. And it didn't really actually take off as like a greasy spoon thing until after World War II.
So traditionally you have pork sausages, bacon, which is hiding under the toast somewhere there. Toast, obviously. Black pudding, mushrooms, eggs, beans, toast or fried bread. We've gone for both. And then if it's the 90s and you're in a chain pub or restaurant, maybe a hash brown and some chips.
But as with anything, it changes wherever you go. If you're in Scotland, you're probably going to get a bit of haggis or like black pudding, or maybe even like a tice going on there.
So in Wales, you get lava bread, which is essentially seaweed mashed into an existential crisis.
Mashed.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it.
No.
In Ireland, white pudding joins the party, and you might get is it soda bread in
Soda
Ireland?
bread instead of toast sometimes,
in Ireland, and then in north of England, fried bread is just a must-have.
And if you don't know what fried bread is, it's exactly what it sounds. It is bread that has been fried.
Well done for explaining that one, Ben.
Healthy? Nah, not at all. This isn't just food, it's a national symbol. You're going to find it in truck stops, greasy spoons, fancy hotels. Even Greg's does a deconstructed version in a vat.
Is it healthy? Absolutely not. But is it delicious? And does it always absolutely hit the spot? Pretty much. We've been to a lot of places and everywhere always seems to try and do the full English. But it never really quite get it. So, is it British? Absolutely. It's a little grim, it's a little brilliant, but we all absolutely love it.
So next up, we ordered some pies from a traditional London pie shop. Like a lot of people will tell you, pie mash, the liquor sauce with the parsley and stuff is very, very British. It's very London for sure. So we ordered these from a pie shop that's been in existence since like 1902. And yeah, we ordered pies, mash, the liquor sauce, stewed eels, and then jellied eels, which are a delicacy that a lot of old school Londoners might really enjoy. So this is my first time ever trying jellied eels, and I'm not excited about it. Amy's refusing.
I'm not. Look at the texture of that.
Absolutely refusing to try this. I'm not excited.
I'm not particularly excited about the texture of this, so...
Yeah, I'm not excited about the texture of this at all, but...
Are you going to eat the whole here? Put it all in. Put it all in.
I'm going to go for it, but like, I'm not excited about it.
No.
I can't do it. That is so eely. And that jelly is just like... It's not good. That's not good. How anyone eats that? Because as well, when I bit into it, there's like a hard bit in the middle.
Oh, is there like the bone in the middle?
Yeah, like jellied eels. Actually, honestly, that just tastes like the beach.
Oh, it doesn't smell that bad.
That tastes. It
doesn't smell that bad.
It tastes like a licked Cleethorpes beach.
I can't. Like, I'm actually struggling with the idea of having to eat this sauce, which is also slightly gelatinous. Oh, I have big tomatoes.
So officially no on the jellied eels. However, I'm quite excited about the stewed eels with the mashed potato and the pie. Ames, what are you saying?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm stressing out about it a little bit.
Your autism's showing a little bit.
Yeah, I can't get my head. I love pie and mash, but I saw the bits of eel floating in the sauce, and I'm usually quite adventurous when I eat. I'm not particularly fussy.
Fair.
But
How's the mash? How's the sauce?
I'm not gonna lie. This is going to be very of the opinion of the video, but it's quite tasteless. It's not as flavoursome as you think. Okay, so there's eels in this sauce.
There is eels in the sauce. There is stewed eels in the sauce.
And I'm going to be brave and eat some with some mashed potato, because I actually don't mind eels, but like... Oh no, that's okay. That's just like fish.
Yeah?
That's just like fish. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
The jellied one, honestly, is so bad. It is...
Oh wait.
It like the jelly just tastes like
Oh, no.
seawater. It's really bad. So I'm going to try the stewed eels first.
It's better. Have some mashed potato
That was
with.
crunchy.
Are you supposed to eat the bones or not?
Mm.
They're just more like fish.
Well,
That's just like fish, yeah.
That just tastes like fish, yeah. Yeah, stewed eels, infinitely, that's a bone, infinitely better than jellied eels. I'll give you that one. Yeah, that's tasty, right?
I don't know, I'm really mentally struggling with all of this after seeing the eels, I'm not gonna lie.
Fucking hate those jellied eels, though.
I'm not even gonna. I can't. I think I've worked myself up so much that I can't try it. No. No.
This tub right here of jellied eels may be one of the worst things I've ever eaten in my life. Pie time.
You didn't knife me.
I did knife you. You're gonna have to.
I can't.
We have a knife now.
A
Go on.
pie with a moderate amount of gravy. Fine.
Yeah, fine.
I actually feel really upset by this. I was expecting it to be a really nice pie. It's disappointing.
What about? Oh,
It's really disappointing.
that's certainly not the worst pie I've ever had in my life. You know, it's not like a Tesco 2-for-1 crappy pies thing. It's got more flavour than that for sure. But I was expecting much more of this meal, like in terms of a pie with some mash and like a bit of like a tasty parsley sauce. But it's kind of just a bit.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's because we're having it cooked at home. But we had this shipped to us from a legit London pie shop. No. It's definitely not going to be up there in my top 10 British foods, I'll tell you that one straight.
No.
No. Okay, so that pie and mash was quite bad. And that jellied eels left such a sour taste in my mouth. I've ordered a Mackey's because I can't deal with the taste of those jellied eels in my mouth at all.
So, obviously this isn't a video about what's available in 2025 Britain. We have accessibility to cuisines from all over the world with some weird, unique British takes on all of them. Like, even having a steak here is different than having a steak in any other country in the world.
There's obviously like tons of fast food and like from all around the world. We got burgers, pizzas, Greek, Turkish, whatever. It's all there. I mean, one of the most popular fast casual chains in the UK is Nando's, which is Portuguese food, even though the chain was founded in South Africa. Work that one out.
I actually didn't know that. That's news to me.
I mean, yeah, so there's fast food chains for all different types of cuisine, and then there's independents for all go on TikTok and you'll see us visiting independent ramen houses and stuff all over the UK. And like, it's a breadth, it's like a whole breadth of food and drink across the UK.
Here's the thing, no cuisine is a purebred. It all comes from migrants, trade, even just hunger. Italian food. Tomatoes are from South America. Parmesan was reserved for the elite, and pizza just started as a peasant street food.
Like, even Japanese food. Sushi came from a Chinese rice preservation method. Ramen's also Chinese as well, from the way they prep the noodles. Like, and I'm talking way back in the day here. I mean, tempura, that's not Japanese. That was introduced by the Portuguese.
Chilies, the backbone of Indian food, has roots in South America. Like, the chilies came from South America.
I mean, we've already talked about American food and it's like weird identity crisis. Like, no American food is American food. Like, it's all from somewhere else. Like, say, burgers are German, French fries are Belgian, like apple pie comes from all over Europe. It's just an absolute mess.
People love fruit and pastry.
They do love fruit and pastry, and then putting marshmallows on sweet potatoes like
No.
heathens. Thanksgiving.
I don't think gonna do sweet potato marshmallow apple pie. Even that's too much for Americans.
Which one has sweet potato? Which one
That's
has
just
marshmallows on top?
That's sweet potato casserole, isn't it?
Either way,
That Thanksgiving thing.
terrible.
French cuisine. Croissants are Austrian, apparently. That's news to me.
Yeah.
And coffee is from the Middle East.
I mean, you know, people say French cuisine is like the birthplace of cooking, and like a lot of modern cooking is French.
It is.
I mean, it is. But that's
But-
not immune to outside influence. So look, it depends when your cut-off date is. We started this video by making an arbitrary cut-off date, but it depends when your personal cut-off date is. Like, we don't really care. Like, we don't feel less British because we go to the pub and there's not meat and 2 veg on the menu. And, you know, a lot of people from the 60s and 70s are going to tell you meat and 2 veg is the most British cuisine. And that's kind of out of necessity because of World War II and what we actually had available to us at the time. And, you know, rationing and stuff like that. But we don't feel less British because there's not British stuff on every menu everywhere we go.
Like Martin said, a lot of British food came from necessity. It was all stuff that you could only get with your wartime rations or like to fill you up for a hard day's labour. And that's where these things that you could water down, like stews, or use whatever vegetables you currently had, and like using like bones and broth. And I know a lot of countries do that, but like it came from necessity to keep those things that you need up.
And we kind of don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to do that anymore. So when you talk about British food, it is a mess, but it's our mess, right? And we like it. It is a mess, and I'm happy that it's a mess. I'm happy that there's like influence from all over the world that like influences our cuisine. It's a glorious buffet of like adopted ideas, weird traditions, like peasant food turned into fine food turned into peasant food, and a bunch of like dishes that just sound like inside jokes. I mean, spotted dick.
All of these things we said earlier just make no sense to anyone. Like, I understand why Americans make fun of us.
This is a slushy beer, by the way.
Mine likes it.
That's tasty. Yeah.
Is there such a thing as traditional British food? Yeah, of course there is. It's an amalgamation of meat, veg, pies, food that's weirdly too sweet or not sweet enough. But even back in the day, British food wasn't ever sealed off. It was all stuff that came from trade and migration, and the people that came to work with us, and the people that helped us make this country. It's just all circumstance.
So British food isn't bland. It's not unseasoned. It's not just all boiled or roasted to death, right? It's just misunderstood. What is
Your mum can't cook.
My mum can't cook. She can. She's fine. But most people's mums can't cook. They'll boil the crap out of things. I think it's just misunderstood. I generally think if you come here and you have a Lancashire hot pot or a shepherd's pie or a roast dinner, you'll be like, oh, okay, this is some good shit. I get it now.
So, I think British food is really misunderstood. It doesn't come from it being bad. It comes from people that can't cook. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. Like, people like pork. So many people I know hate pork because their mums overcooked it to oblivion. Like, if anyone's like, oh, I can't stand pork, it's dry and it's chewy, and I'm like, okay, you're just not cooking it right. But like, I think it's just misunderstood. If you had well-cooked food and well-cooked British food, you'll be like, actually, this is incredible. If you get an American and bring them over to one of your favourite roasts, chances are they'll be like, we've been missing out on this.
Yeah, I mean, I order a pork roast all the time because
Yeah.
we go to places where people know what they're doing.
Yeah.
My pork is not dry, it is not crappy, it's not grey. Yeah.
Yeah, the pork that I make, crackly on the top, juicy in the middle.
Yeah.
I am the self-proclaimed queen of roast. I'm really proud of it.
Food evolves, right? Taste evolves, circumstances change, and that's the point. What is British food is still cooking, right? But recently, with the advent of the internet and, you know, access to information, the heat's been turned up and it's cooking faster than ever before. And you walk around the UK and you will see cuisines from all over the world, and things are evolving faster than they ever have before. And there is people out there who are taking old school British cooking and evolving it, or there's people that are bringing back old school British cooking. You know what I'm not glad for, though? I'm glad no one's bringing back like 70s cookbooks where people put
Jelly.
everything in jelly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm glad for that. But I think the point is, like, what is British food? It's a mess. in the best way possible.
So I think we've made our point, and I hope that you guys kind of understand what we've said, or even have your own opinions on what we've said. Leave a comment if you don't agree with anything. If not, check out our other videos, like, subscribe, and all the rest of it. Love you, bye.
It's not good. That's not good.